telling about you one story written by Rabindranath Tagore, The Child's Return. Part number 1. Raicharan was 12 years old when he came as a servant to his master's house. He belonged to the same caste as his master and was given his master's little son Anukul to look after. As time went on, the boy left Raicharan's arm to go to school. He went from school to college, and from college he became a judge. Until the time of the boy's marriage, Raicharan was his only servant. But Anukul married, and Raicharan now found that he had two masters instead of one. He was soon comforted. However, he was a new arrival. Anukul had a son born to him, and Raicharan looked after the child so lovingly that the baby soon grew to trust him completely. Raicharan would throw him up in his hand, call him in funny baby languages, but put in his lace close to the babies and take it away with a laugh. Presently, the child was able to crawl and with wander outside the house. When Raicharan went to catch him, he would laugh gaily and try to escape. Raicharan was amazed at the baby's skill and attract judgment in this. He would say to his mistress with a look of surprise and mysteriously, "Your son will be a judge someday." New wonders came to his turn. It was a great day for the Raicharan when the baby began to walk, and his joy was unbounded. About the time Anukul was sent to a district of the bank of the river Padma on his way through Calcutta. He brought his son to a little go-kart, a yellow silk coat, a gold cap, and a gold jewelry. Raicharan loved to take these fine things out and put them to a little boy whenever they went to from work, and he did not with great pride and ceremony. Then it rainy seasons came on the day after day. The rain poured down the hungry river like a great snake twisted over the road, villages and cornfield, covering that the tall grasses and the trees where this flowed. The increasing roar of this stream would be heard from the far away. Of one afternoon, the rain stopped. A large kadamba tree full of flowers stood in the mud close by. The baby looked after with greedy eyes, and Raicharan knew that immediately that it was wanted. He was saying in his baby languages, "Channak, pretty flower." Raicharan had once made a small go-kart out of the flower ball of these trees, and the child had been so happy dragging it about to straggling about for a whole day. Raicharan was not asked to put real go-kart at all. But Raicharan had no wish that evening to go climbing knee deep through the mud to reach the flower. The moment Raicharan had gone his little masters through rest of the forbidden water, the baby saw that the river rushed, but there was seemed to be thought and the disobedient waves. It was running away from some greater. Raicharan laughed of his 1,000 children. It was picked of a small lunt. The mother only replied, "The baby wearing gold ornaments, who knows?" It was impossible to argue with her after that.
Raicharan went back to the village of his birth. He had no son, and there seemed to be no hope that children would now be born to him. But before the end of his years, his wife gave birth to the son and died. At first, Raicharan felt no love for this new baby. He had a strange that he had come to take the place of little master. He also true it would be brave to be happy with a son of his own after what had happened to his master. Little child need the baby would know have lived long if Raicharan widow sister had not taken care of him. But gradually a change came over Raicharan's mind. A wonderful thing happened. The new baby began to crawl about wander outside the house in search of amusement. He was clever and full of fun, and his voice, his laugh, and his action all remind Raicharan of his little master. Sometimes when Raicharan listened to the baby crying, it seemed to be that his from little master was crying in the unknown land of the dead because he lost his Channa. Pilana, for that was named Raicharan, sister gave to the new baby, soon began to talk. He learned to say Baba and Mama in his baby voice. When Raicharan heard these familiar sound and mysterious sudden became clever, the little master could not forget his Channa, and there he had been in his house. To Raicharan there were 3 favorites of his. The new baby was born soon after his little master's death. His wife had been unexpected blessed with the birth of his son in a middle age. The new baby walked and talked like his little master, calling out Baba and Mama in just the same way. No single was lacking. There was a central judge's son. Then suddenly Raicharan remembered that terrible of his mother. He said to himself in amazement, the mother heart was right. She knew I had stolen her baby. He was at once filled with sorry for his past neglects of the baby and began to bring him up as if he were the son of rich man. He brought a go-cart, a yellow silk coat, and a golden cap. He melted down the ornament of his dead wife and made gold jewelries. He refused to let the little one to play with any child in the neighborhood and became his only companion day and night. The baby grew up to hoodie and he was spoiled by so much loving care. His clothes were so fine that the villager children called him your lordships and laughed at him, and old people said Raicharan was quite mad about the child. At last the time came for the baby to go to school. Raicharan sold his small piece of land and went to the Kolkata. With great difficulty he found employment as a servant and sent Pilana to school. He spent all his on giving his best education, the best clothes, the best food. Meanwhile, Raicharan himself lived on a handful of rice and would say in a secret, my little master, my dear little master, you love me so much that you came back to my house. You will never suffer from any neglect of mine. In this way, 12 years passed away. The boy could now read and write well. He was bright, good looking, and perfect health. He took great trouble over his personal appearance and great care in preparing of his hair. He spent money freely in fine clothes and employments, and he did not think of Raicharan as a manner was that servant. And Raicharan made another mistake. He did not tell anyone that he was the father of that children. Other students in the house where Pilana lived very gradually amused by the Raicharan simple country manner, and I afraid that Pilana sometimes joined in their fun when his father was not there. But bottom of their heart, all the students love in the innocent trade heart. Old man and the Pilana was also very fond of him. True as I have said, but he loved him, a young master leave his faithful servant. Raicharan grew up older and older, and his employment was always finding faith with him. The truth was that he starved him for the boy. He grew weak in the body and was no longer able to do his daily work. He began to forget things and became dull and stupid. But his employer expected that work be done properly and would listen to excuse. Raicharan had now spent the money he had brought with him from the sale of the land, and the boy grumbled continuously and was always asking for more money.
At last, Raicharan made up his mind. He gave up his work as a servant and left some money to Philaina. He told his son that he was going to attend some necessary business in the negative village, but promised he would return as soon as possible. But Raicharan only smiled and faintly said in reply, "I only want to say salam to my mistress." Anukul took Raicharan into the house, but the mistress did not receive him as kindly as his old master had done. Raicharan took no notice but said, "It was not the Padma that stole your baby, it was I." "Great God," Anukul cried. "What you are saying? Where is he?" Nevertheless, he has a judge and desire for truth and justice made him ask, "Have you any proof that he is my son?" Raicharan said, "Proof? You could there be any proof of such a deed? God alone knows that I and no one else in the world stole your boy." Anukul said, "Your eagerly his wife clung to the boy and released that unless it was asked to prove it through the wiser to be believed, and then where could old man like Raicharan get such a boy? It was why should this faithful servant decide this? It could be surely hoped to gain nothing from such a deceit." He could now, however, forgive his old servant and said, "Raicharan, you must not remain any longer here." "Where shall I go, master?" said Raicharan in a voice crooked with a sorrow. "I am old. You will take an old man for a servant." The mistress said, "Let him stay. My child will be pleased and I forgive him." But Anukul conscience would not let him permit this. No one said, "He cannot be forgiven for her as he done." No, he said, "I cannot allow it. I could never trust you again after what you have done." Raicharan rose to its feet and said, "It was not one that it did it." "You?" and then asked Anukul. Raicharan replied, "It was an fake but not educated man could take for his excuse," and Anukul and determined. Philaina was angry, and first when he saw that he was with Anukul's son and Raicharan, because he thought that it was the time had been credited to his birthright. But since Raicharan so happy, he ingeniously said, "Anukul, father, forgive him. Whenever if you don't let him live with us, let them please have a small month portion." Raicharan was speechless when he heard this. He looked at the last time the face of his son. He salamed his old master and mistress. Then he went out and along numberless people of the world. At the end of the month, Anukul sent some money to his village, but the money came back. No person of name Raicharan could be found there. Thank you.
Thank you.